Right, good evening everyone. Welcome to Sunday Night Philly, and we are here for HRF1, and it's round 16 of the season, which just seems incredible. But 16 it is, and we're at the Circuit of the Americas, or Austin, Texas, as otherwise known. And a bit different tonight. There is no qualifying tonight. It's going to be a sprint race followed by 50% race. The sprint race will be reverse championship order. Only sort of changed that, I believe, or I assume the if there's any reserves tonight, I'm not sure if there is, but if there's any reserves tonight, I assume they're starting at the back. But yes, so there we go. Reverse championship order should be fun. Here at COTA. Bowden did ask if he could come in for an interview before the race tonight, but I'm not set up in time, so we'll leave that tonight. And you never know, might be talking to him at the end in a way. See how he gets on. Actually, still setting up myself at the moment, so just bear with me. Got to do the sharing. So I've got that up. There we go. Right, that's the app up. Still lots to do. Just bear with me. Hey Agnet, let's go Checo. Our resident Checo fan. Get this shared about so we can get the people in watching that like to watch. Even though some people do like to spend their Sunday nights watching me or listening to me, I suppose. BRF1. Where is the chat in PRF1? There it is. Post. There we go. And last but not least, the league that we're actually racing in tonight, I should say HRF1. They might like it as well, I guess. So, general chat. Just stick it in the commentator link as well. I'm stuck it. I haven't put my link in there for ages, so let's put that in there. There we go. Hello, Mr. Whale. Goat. Is that you or me? Who's the goat? You or me? Or someone else entirely? Probably someone else entirely, let's be honest. That's up and running. Now let's get last thing. I just need to get Twitch open on my laptop so that we can do a prediction. We'll do the prediction for the main race tonight. So it's going to be interesting. My prediction tonight, I think I'm going to go with the main man Gooner. Oh, me. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh. Do you like that? It's my Elvis impression, just in case you didn't know. COTA fun. Yeah, COTA is a good one. And a reverse sprint should make it even more fun. Obviously, the main overtaking opportunity is the long back straight. Real DRS opportunity there. But there is opportunities into turn 1 as well, and perhaps into the hairpin that leads onto the long back straight. Other than that, all other places are a little bit awkward, so not impossible to overtake in the other areas, but maybe not advisable. So let's start prediction then. Right, okay, right, let's go then with will Gooner finish the main race on the podium. So remember, it is a reverse sprint. So Gooner, being the championship leader, will be at the very back on the sprint race. So it's a simple yes or no outcome. we go. Submission period. I should think we could probably do the full 30 minutes. If we can't, we can't, but I reckon we probably can. So, there you go, guys. There is your prediction. Yeah, all good. Thank you, Agnet. And yourself? All good. Looking forward to this. Ow. Just hitting your leg on the desk. COTA takes us. We had a fun race on Friday night, actually. If any of you didn't see it, a full wet, well, intermediate wet, but wet all the way through Las Vegas. That was interesting, to say the least. Ouch. That was an ouch. Will Gunnar end the race on the main race, that is, remember, on the podium. So we've got some predictions flying in. Absolutely flying in. So total voters won. Yes, I got that. So Wales says no. Whereas Agnet says yes. Oh, you are split. 1.9k versus 2k as well. So it's a very even split. Interesting. I honestly don't. I would lean towards yes. I think would be my prediction, but I don't know. It's not like it's not. It's definitely not a given, is it? At all. Not for anybody to make it from the back to the top three. And I think, off the top of my head, looking down the list, I can only see Whale and we were expecting. I'm sure we were. Oh, and Sniper Monkey is a Monday driver. So yeah, Whale and Sniper Monkey are the only two that I can see that I think are reserves for tonight. So presumably, Gunnar would be starting in 18th. What is going on? Oh, 4 minutes past 8. Let me have a look at Discord a second. I'm in the wrong. Where am I? There we go. Oh, looks like we're going now anyway. I guess we got some people not turning up or something. Yeah, so shout out to the drivers. Please do not forget your setups, or your strategies or anything like that. But most of all, your setups. For goodness sake, please. I can hear myself. I can hear myself. Oh, because my phone was turned up slightly. Yeah. I think the go time is actually 10 past 8, so we've gone to the grid, but I don't think they're actually going to be starting the race until 10 past 8. Whoopi says, good luck tonight, guys. Indeed. Twiglet says he's going to need more than luck, but, well, yeah, but we'll see, Twiglet, we'll see. It's, I echo Whoopi sorts of, saying good luck to everyone. Agnet, safety cars are rare here, but if we get some, then I bet with Stopsy will make ground. Without a doubt, I think even without them, he's going to get high up. Yeah, obviously safety cars will aid him in that, but you are right, they are usually pretty rare here. Retirements in general, and actually on track retirements, as in crashes or anything like that, are generally pretty rare around here. Quite often, the only retirements you really see are the those that sort of give up and retire in the pits. Oh, we got a second voter on yes. Checo has gone for a massive 10 channel points on yes. We got somebody else who said no. Hang on, Monsters has absolutely no faith whatsoever in Gunnar, and he's gone 2,000 on no. Yeah, that's it, Agnet. Exactly. Yeah, like France in that respect. It's not many walls that are close to the track here at all. So one that invariably causes a safety car if somebody does it is if when they come out of the hairpin and they spin, getting on the power and hit the inside wall, that invariably will cause a safety car. But it's much more difficult to do that this year, to be fair, with the new system and that. Let's use them. Wow. There we go. What time is it? What time is it? It's Chico time. Let's go back. 8 minutes past 8. Right, I can need another coffee in a minute if it takes much longer. No, I'm not actually. That's quite hot. Ow. So, just while we're waiting for the last sort of just over a minute, let's have a quick gander at the standings. I don't think much has changed from last week, but I wasn't here last week, of course, because I was, let's just say, not very well. Why can't I find the? I can't find the standings. There they are. Driver standings. So let's get an idea then. So Gunnar last week got 16 points. Who won last week then? It was Bowden won last week. Chris was runner-up. And bronze went to Volungis. Nice to see. That's Volungis. Oh, Volungis, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that. You got your first podium of the season and I wasn't there to see it. I'm so sorry, Volungis. There we have it. But yeah, Gunnar's still leading the way then by 57 points. Second place, Whoop Young picked up 13 points last week, so still lost 3 points on the leader. Corey then in third place, 72 points off of Gunnar. It's just a real healthy lead. Don't forget the final race of the season is a double points race, so potential to make up a lot of ground in that final race. Especially if, God forbid, Gunnar were to actually retire in that race. So, but they need to get the gap down under 50 to go into the final race. With the championship still being active. And we have COTA, Japan, Jeddah and Abu Dhabi. That is the only 4 races remaining of the season. Just to carry on, by the way, Bowden is 4th in the championship on 219. Chris on 204 is 5th. Constructors, quite obviously, the Alpha Tauris are absolutely cruising to victory in that one on 540 points. Alpine in second on 402 points. Mercedes 376, Ferrari 355. Alfa Romeo 328, Haas 308. Right down, holding up, or you know, at the bottom of the league, holding everybody up is Williams on 252. Aston Martin only 5 points ahead of them on 257. So a little bit of pride to play for, maybe near the bottom. So all sorts of interesting stuff still going on in that sense. In a way, we are coming up to the end of the lap. I don't quite know what's going on here between Bartas and Twiglets. Oh, what's going on there? Somebody's just jumped around. That is Chip Van that is there, but look, oh, something's going on. Somebody is seriously lagging. I'm not quite sure who it is, but there we go. Right, let's get some details up Just get rid of this second. There we go. Right, okay, so let's get our details up, ready for the starts. Tyres, by the way, everybody on, well, all bar 3 on mediums. There is 3 soft runners, which are Twiglet starting P2 and Corey and Gooner starting at 15 and 16. Everybody else on the medium tyres. So we don't have the best view, so I'm going to go on board with P6 monsters. For the start, as the lights begin to come on. Go, 5 lights on, and away we go. Monsters reacts quite slowly, so we may come under pressure from Checo. In fact, he does. Checo makes up the place. Monster's going to lose a few more by the looks of it. As, oh, there's some contacts going around. Contacts all over the place as McLaren rejoins there. May have had a little nudge with Craig, I'm not sure, but there was lots of contact going on. I think we have actually lost Chip Van out of the race. He was the one that looked like he was lagging beforehand, so I wonder if that had some sort of impact on that happening. But at the moment, we've got Bartas leading the way. Just go to position changes. Bartas leading the way from Twiglet. X11 in P3. Gaza P4, who is up 4 places already. Chip Van's just rejoined the lobby. Lycorius P5, where we started. Checo up 1 to 6. Whale up 4 to 7. Lungus up 1. Having a battle at the moment. Here we go for Lungus and Whale. So Whale's come out on top of that one, is still in P7. Yeah, lots going on, but Twiglet at the moment has gotten ahead of Bartas and he's leading the way. So the opportunity here for 1 or 2 guys that maybe aren't usually towards the front end. Apart from these reverses, as Whale is dropping down. Looks like he's had a contact with Lycorius on the penultimate corner. I can't see any obvious damage to either car, so whatever's happened, I think they've got away with it to an extent at least. In fact, yeah, no, there is no damage on either of those cars, I can confirm that. It's a little bit of a timing glitch on Bartas and X11 here. Not just those two, actually, Bowden and Craig as well, a little bit of a timing glitch, but it is... that should sort itself out. The next time they go round and they cross the line, that should sort itself out as Checo picks up 3 seconds. Only lap 2, very early on for that from Checo. Oh, Mercedes gets a little bit out of sorts back further down. It's Monsters, and it's going to allow Sniper Monkey to get ahead of him. It's going to leave him vulnerable to a few more as well, as Gooner goes through as well. Almost looked like he was going to be able to come back at Sniper Monkey, who just seems to teleport there. Yeah, Sniper Monkey looks like he's struggling with connection as well. Bowden gets past, and it looks like Craig is trying to follow through as well, but Monsters holds on to that one for the moment at least. On Rad through the final part of the track now, still very, very close, but at the front, Twiglet has pulled out 2.5 seconds of a lead as Bartas drops now to P5. Checo will be next to have a little look. He is having a look up towards turn 1. So he's going to try and be later on the brakes. Struggling to get round. He does get round though, and leaves room to the outside. And who was that? That was Chris. He snuck up the inside of both of them. So a nice little bit of sneakery, should we call it? Sneakery. What a word. Sneakery. Gets Chris up 2 places to P5. He's up 8 already. The race he's having. Gaz also up into P2 now. 2 Alfa Romeos, 3 and 4 having a strong sprint race. As we've got yellow flags, and that is Craig, and the Alpine is round. Awkward part of the track, that very slippery. Very slippery, in fact, there. So Bartas and Gooner are battling. He's got the stronger straight line speed. Gooner's got the advantage in terms of grip. Bartas misses his braking, but he does really, really well to avoid everybody. Well done, Bartas. Could easily have hit the back of someone there, but he's done really, really well to avoid everyone there. And rejoins in P10. It's allowed Gunnar, Sniper Monkey and Bowden through. These guys really, really close in what at the moment is the midfield for these guys. Now they come up against Checo. Now, it's a bit of a strange one on the back now of a driver who's a good driver, but he does have a 3-second penalty, but it's too early in the race for them to sort of just settle. So, oh, I think it's like having a go. Not quite, I don't think. Took a finer run. Oh, that was somebody round. That's Chris. That's Chris, who was doing so well. And X11, so presumably they come in contact with each other. And Chris has front wing damage, as does Sniper Monkey now as well. Somebody else off track. That's Monsters. Recovering it now. So what's going on behind? No. Oh, all sorts going on. Oh, why does everything happen at the same time? Can only watch one thing at a time. Sniper Monkey and Corey getting close there, but Sniper Monkey's going to get a run here, I think, on Gunnar. Certainly going to have the... Yeah. Gunnar going defensive. Sniper Monkey not going to get him this time, and Corey's looking to nip up the inside. Tries a little switchback as well here, Corey. Might even try another one. No, follows in behind now. Oh, he's not. He's going to get side by side going through the right-handers. Series of right-handers. It's basically like one long right-hander, but it is actually a series of different right-handers. So Corey does get through. Nicely done from Corey, up to P7. And now Whale, who's recovering from the earlier spin, already back up to P9. So he's already in a situation where he's already gained 2 places. So, looks like he's chucked one up the inside there of Checo. That has made it stick. That's wide there, Gunnar. I'd imagine he would have got a warning for that one. Usually if you run wide on the entry to a corner, there's no way of avoiding the warning, because you wouldn't have, it's just, you shouldn't be there basically. So you always gain an advantage if you run wide on an entry of the corner, because you widen up the angle of the corner. Chip ran his session. Checo has the DRS advantage here. He's going to get... Oh. Felt to me like he maybe backed out of that a bit, Checo. Definitely seemed to have the run, and he just braked, well, considerably too early. So always the next lap, if we can stay on the back. Showing his ability, though, to fight with these guys once he is in amongst them. Let's just go up to the front, guys, for a moment. I do love that battle, but we've got Gaza has now caught onto the back of Twiglet, and this is for the lead of the race. Gaza does go deep, but he does make the corner, and Twiglet didn't really put up any defence there. I blame him. He's having a really good sprint race as Twiglet, and just wants to hold on to this. Some valuable points on offer. Gunnar's just pulled a bit of a gap now from Checo. It was just over a second, but it's just shortened to under a second again. Now it's back over a second, so changing around quite a bit. Like Corey has picked up a pen. This is Corey on the back of Checo. So Checo is not going to have DRS. So we've got a battle for the lead again. Twiglet is coming back at Gunnar. Didn't quite manage to get past though. Corey does get past Checo for P6. And although Checo doing very nicely in P7, at the moment, that 3-second penalty is going to hurt at the end. I think at the moment he dropped 3 places to P10 as it stands. Chris and Sniper Monkey side by side. They head into the long right-handers. Sniper Monkey gets past and is going well, and then all of a sudden Chris seems to run a bit wide. Sniper Monkey maybe has to let off the power slightly to not run too wide, which allows Chris a chance to come back at him, but couldn't make it work on this occasion. But Sniper Monkey runs out wide. Surely Chris will get back past on that one, as Bardas picks up 3 seconds. So, in a moment, those guys that started on the soft tyres, by the way, they are around. Let's just have a quick look, just to remind you of that. So, they're currently sat in P2, P5, and P6. Craig's on new soft tyres. He took a pit stop. So, those guys that started on the softs are around the 40% mark. Twiglet's a bit better. He's on 37%. Gooner is on 41%. Whereas Corey is on 38%. So, Gooner, for whatever reason, harder on his tyres. We have seen him run wide a couple of times, actually. So, not over the gravel or anything, but maybe it's just put that bit of extra stress on the tyres. As we see the Mercedes making a move there. That is Monsters making a move on X11. And gets it done. Up into P11 then for the Mercedes, man. This guy's pulls out 2.5 seconds now over Volungis. Twiglet's still holding on in P3. He's got Bowden on the back of him. It's a bit tight, that, from Bowden. He may have got a warning there. Might have got away with it, to be fair. It might not have been too bad, but there he goes. I think he's going to have a little look to try and get him on the inside of the corner. Makes the corner, leaves plenty of room, and it's a good overtake from the young man, who is up into P3 now. Twiglet's still on the back of him at the moment. If you look behind, no immediate signs of Gooner. You can just about see him. But that would say to me, Twiglet might have a chance here of holding on to P4. But, like we said about the possible podium for Gooner, well, the prediction is, can Gooner get a podium in the main race? And he's already running P5 in a sprint race, so 28 laps of the main race to complete. Obviously, completely different kettle of fish, of course. I don't know what fish you got to do it, don't ask me. And I don't know what. Why would you put fish in a kettle? Can I just ask? Does anybody know that? Who puts fish in a kettle? I don't know. I was going to say, what about Eskimos? Do they put fish in a kettle? But Eskimos wouldn't use fish, a kettle, because it'd melt the igloos, wouldn't it? Sorry, this is one of my famous tangent moments. Here is Whale, in a way, who's trying to see if there's anything he can do about Corey. These two good friends often go to the Amex together. These two watch Brighton lose to whoever it is they lose to this week. So, well, getting close. Not close enough yet, but he's lowered the gap to half a second. He can stay around that sort of gap until the main, or the back straight, the long back straight. Then you would think he'd have a chance. Well, on 21% energy, Corey on 16%. And the difference in tyres is, I'll tell you if I can still find that. There you go, 49% Corey. I actually can't see Wales, but he started on the medium. Everybody else is on around about 35% roughly. So, on the mediums, so there you go. Sure, those mediums are the better tyre out of the two now. And here he goes, showing the advantage of DRS, the better grip. And then energy as well. So through into P6 goes Whale. Bowden right on the back of Volungus now. Update Agna. Update on Checo for you. He's currently sat P9. A 3-second penalty at the moment. We've seen him drop behind Monsters to P11. Although that's very tight. It's that's two and a half. Well, actually no, 2.6 second gap. Obviously the penalty is 3 seconds, so it's very tight. But, Bowden wouldn't have been too bothered about trying to get ahead on the pitch straight there. It's going to be all about trying to line up a move on the main straight. Gaza doing very, very well to get himself into prime position, going on to the final lap to take victory in the sprint race for the full amount of points available in this race, and of course that all important pole position for the feature race. As we go round the hairpin for the last time in this one, and Bowden just has a little wobble, perhaps caused by the dirty air of Volungus, but still with the DRS and the length of this straight, you still fancy him getting past here. Yeah, here he goes, and as they approach the corner, has the inside. Volungus maybe tries a little switchback. Bowden goes back across him to take the race in line. It's a bit tight between the two then. I don't think they touched, but it was just a little bit of a squeaky bum time. That should be that then. And, well, Gaza up 7 places to take the victory. Bowden up 12 for P2 and Volungus up 6 for P3. Gunnar up P12 as well for P4. Here they come. Gaza wins and takes pole for the feature race. Bowden P2, Volungus P3, Gunnar P4. There he is. Twiglet stayed for P5 in the end. Well done, Twiglet. Really well done, buddy. Whale P6, very fine drive, up 5. Corey up 8 for 7th. Chris up 5 for 8th place, and up 3 is Sniper Monkeys in P9. Sniper Monkeys actually seems to be the best on the tyres, by the way. His mediums crossing the line are only 36%, with 6 or 7% higher than, lower than quite a few of the other medium drivers. I'll finish the countdown in just a moment. Yeah, so it was Monsters in 10th, Checo 11th in the end after that penalty. Yeah, I'm struggling to remember the names. So X11 was P12, Bartas in 13, Lycorius in 14, Craig 15th, and Chip Vanner, we lost right at the start, will be 16th on the grid, but I'm not sure if he's having a few connection issues or not. Let's see if there's anything in the Discord chat telling us that. Just scroll through the incidents quickly, just so the stewards have got them if they need to refer to them. There we go. Chip Van jumped the start and got a drive-through. So that happened to him, and then I can only assume that there was a collision that led to a retire. I really don't know. I really don't know. I'll have a look in the Discord, see if there's anything put in there that suggests anything. There we go, guys. That was the sprint race. And there was lots going on there. There was loads going on, so... Right, so... Anyway, guys, as usual, it's going to be a quick 5-minute break. I'll update you with anything that might be in the Discord after I grab myself a coffee. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes, ready for the main feature race. I'll see you then. Right, guys, I'm back with you. Nothing specific in the Discord chat. There is actually, I say that there is from Chip Van, just to say that he is having issues. He's restarted the console. He should. He said it seems to be running okay now, so he should be okay. Hopefully for the race. Here's to hoping, because we all want to see Chip Van hopefully do well. So as you saw in the sprint, perfectly possible to come through the field, and he's capable of that. So let's have a look at the tyres then. Obviously a lot different to the sprint race. So top two on the let's do it this way. Vlungus, X11, Lycorius and Craig starting on the medium tyres. Checo and Chip Van are starting on the softs. Everybody else on the hards. Not ideal for the championship contenders in my eyes. That's already going the same strategy. I'd see people on different strategies ideally. So many people on hards, it will be interesting if we get a sort of lap, I don't know, about a lap 6 or 7 safety car. It'll be a nightmare for them. So let's get the position changes up ready for the start of the race. Just helps me to be able to see what's happening at the start. So, evening Papa. Hope you're well, buddy. Nice to hear from you. I hope you enjoy the stream. So what you just saw, Papa, was the sprint race. A reverse grid sprint race, reverse championship order sprint race. Which obviously decided to grid for this one, so we're heading into the main feature race 50%. You're at COTA. There's Gaza, who won the sprint race. Got plenty of positions, did very well indeed. It's to line up with Bowden, P2 and a Ferrari. Nice to hear, mate. I'm glad you're okay. Here we go then. Learn from the last one. You don't tend to get a very good view for the start on the broadcast cam, so let's choose someone to go on board with. Uber seems like a good one to me. Starting P4. It's a little bit jumping about then. I don't know if you noticed that on the leaderboards, but somebody jumps up to the top and then back down again. I don't know who it was though. Anyway, the lights are coming on. 4, 5 are on, and out they go, and away we go. Bowden reacts very slowly indeed, and he loses that immediately to Vlungus. Looks like Gaz is going to be able to hold a position. Gunnar goes deep around the outside. He had plenty of space in front of him, so why not? And gets a good exit on the outside there of Vlungus, so he gets up into P2 immediately. Again, further back, everybody seems to be going through okay at the moment. Yes, Lycorius in the other Ferrari is down there at the back. Bowden managed to hold on to P4 in the end. Oh, he's giving Vlungus a bit of a shunt there. In the back. Doesn't look like it's caused us a bit of luck, not caused any damage. But it's going to give Whale a run at the inside into the hairpin. Plenty of room left. Nicely done by both drivers. Who's going to get the better run out of the corner? Bowden seems to get a better run. How much energy are these two willing to use for this one position? Whale to hold on to the position in the end. Nicely done from Whale. Up 2 places already to P4. There's X11 very onto the back of Bowden as well. Again, just seems to be a little bit of a bit short of occurring in the timings a little bit. Bartas and Bowden. Oh, we got Twiglets round. Oh no, not after that sprint. Twiglet did so well. What an awkward place to have to rejoin the track as well. I'm sure it happened, but something must have occurred to Monsters at some point there. It's dropped to the back. But, everybody's still very much in this though, very tight still. And this is Gunnar then, who is now P2, so Vlungus behind as well. See what Gaza can do. Always been a very strong competitor. since I've known him in every league that he's competed in. Always been a very strong racer, so see how he gets on. So, biggest gainers so far, X11's up 6 places, 2P6. Craig is up 6 places, 2P9. Chip Van's up 4, 2P12. And Gunnar and Well both made up 2 places, 1 for Chris. Bowden's the biggest loser at the start, dropping 3 places from 2nd to 5th. And well, we had a perfect view of his start actually, and he really bogged down. But he's making a move here on Whale. The inside. Whale looks to come back. Always tight in this little part of the track. Whale goes to the inside. That was sneaky. Shall I say it again? Very sneakily done. No, it wasn't sneakily, was it? It was sneakery. Sneakery I used earlier on. Favourite word now. Love that word already. Anyway, well, in the end does defend the position and holds on to P4, but see that happening again in the next lap. DRS enabled then lap 3. See nothing on the pit straight, but they will have it on the long back straight when we reach that this time round. There's Chip Van and Chip Van and Bartas battling, and looks like Chip Van's come out on top of that one and is into P12. Checo, lots of drivers right on the back of one another. So a lot of DRS about to happen because we've got a DRS train coming at the moment from Bowden, who has gotten ahead of Whale now. So Bowden in P4, all the way down to Checo in P11. One huge DRS train. It's changed the position, changes now to tyres. So might be an opportunity there for Checo a little bit later on as he's on a soft tyre. May decide to, never know, may decide to go for an earlier stop to try and get an undercut. Potentially could try and undercut a lot of them. Very close it is. Look how tight the top 3 are. You know, trying to do what he can against Gaza, but he's gone under attack from Volungus at the same time. There's Checo, he's done it again. 3 seconds again for Checo. Bowden's got one as well. That'll hurt him come the end of this race. At the moment, those of you that did yes on the prediction, as it stands right now, you would be winning the prediction. Of course, 25 laps still to go, so a long way to go yet. So, stick with Gunnar then. I feel this may well be the lap. Of course, it'd be one thing getting ahead of Gaza, it's going to be quite another trying to get away from him. And it's very, very difficult to break that 1 second to another driver. When everything's equal, it's not so difficult obviously if you're on fresher tyres or something, or better tyres or something like that. But when everything's equal between you, which presumably it pretty much is, it'd be a slight fuel derivation. Can't see Gaz's fuel unfortunately, so I can't tell you whether there is or not. But here goes Gunnar then, and I think Volungus is going to follow him through as well. So Gaz ends up P3 there. Volungus couldn't get Gunnar as well, but stay on the back of him. Clearly in good form, Volungus, after that first podium of the season last week. In my absence. Oh, X11's dropping. What's happened? He's off track. Rid of the Rolex sign. Just in the way anyway, wasn't it? He joins the track. Just ahead of Chip Van. But, just looking at the app, and yeah, doesn't seem to be any damage. So should be going past the pits and continuing on. Shouldn't be any real issue. Oh, is that Chip Van? It is. Oh, he spun it in the long right-handers. Quite sorry to watch right now, guys. We've got a few battles going on that could well lead to an overtake. But as they reach the back straight, I think probably goes to the leaders. Chip van is to the pits. Let's just double check. Is that for a new front wing? Or is he just getting rid of the softs? Well, he's actually put a new set of softs on, interestingly enough, but no new front wing. Maybe from the spin, perhaps the first set were lit up, so he's come in to get rid of them. Checo's getting pushed around today, is he? He's doing okay. I mean, he's up a place, so he's picked up that pen, but two cars behind him have both got pens as well. But he's in a nice little place now. He's got more than a second lead to the car behind. Obviously, a bit of catching up to do to those in front, but hopefully he can settle in a little bit now then, Agner. Gunnar did retain the lead that lap, by the way. Now, I would suspect that Gaza will not be particularly fussed about the drop-in. Oh, X11, something's happened. Is it the long right-handers again? What's happening around there at the moment? It's gone wide on the left-hand side, which is extremely unusual. And doesn't head for the pits, no damage. So, and I would think that was probably a contact, and Checo's into the pits. Now, he did start on the softs, didn't he, Checo? So that could be a scheduled pit stop. Maybe looking to two-stop this. So that could be scheduled. Just have to see. Right then. If we could pick out a battle, here's one. Monsters currently on the back of Lycorius. This is for P11. Gives you an idea of the difference between DRS on the straight, right? So the fastest recorded time at the moment through the speed trap is 335 kilometers an hour, which was for Lungis. That presumably would have been when he had DRS and him and Gunnar overtook Gaza, and at some point he'd have had a double toe. So that's the highest recorded time. The slowest recorded time through the speed trap is a full 20 kilometers an hour slower than that. 315 kilometers per hour, and that, remarkably, is Gaza. Make all that what you will. It's I think that's quite interesting. Continue with this battle from now. So Bowden did get ahead of Gaza, by the way, and Gaza's just dropped out of 1 second to the top three now. Very tight indeed. Chip Van following that pit stop puts in fastest lap of the race on his new soft tyres. Monsters just struggles through the exit there. Which drops him back a little bit from Lycorius. Shout out to Bartas at the moment, by the way. I'm touching wood while I say this, Bartas, but shout out to Bartas at the moment. He's having a fantastic race. Currently occupying P10. But here he is, Monsters then, making the move on Lycorius. So he holds the position as well. Just holds Lycorius right. It stops him from turning in. And makes him have to wait until Monsters turns in for him to be able to turn in. It's a way of defending, basically. And just completing off the move. Not sure how purposeful it was from Monsters, but it is a way you do see that in real Formula 1 quite a lot. So, something's happened to Gaza. Not exactly sure what, but he has suddenly dropped below Whale, and they are now, well, around the 4-second mark off of the top three. So, not sure exactly what's happened to him, but he must have had a spin of some kind at some point. Maybe it's a half spin or something like that. But he's still going strong. P5. Now we're not seeing too much of it at the moment. Sniper Monkeys in the McLaren on the hard tyres. The trend from the sprint race is continuing. Gunnar does seem to be, for whatever reason, harder on his tyres. He's on 31%. He is joined on 31% by his teammate, actually, Corey. And Monsters is on 30%. Most of the other hard drivers, though, are in the late 20s. So those two do seem to be, or those three, really, do seem to be quite a bit harder for some reason on their tyres at the moment. Now, they are both pad players now I think of it. They are both pad players. That could be a reason. Your inputs on pad do tend to be a lot sharper than those who use a wheel, so that could definitely lend to worse tyre wear, to be fair. There's Lycorius, who's lost out to Twiglet at some point, but is looking to see if he can come back. Stick within that 1 second if we can. Chip Van, by the way, continuing to take time, lumps of time, out to the drivers ahead of him. See how that two-stop works out for him. I don't know how planned that was, or whether it's a reaction to his spin that he came in, but see how it works out for him later in the race in a way. So he's taking lumps of time out of the two drivers ahead of him at the moment. Yeah. I think we're going to get an opportunity here for Lycorius to come back. So the DRS activation was just past where we've just been. Sorry, I meant to say we've just passed it. So Lycorius will definitely have the DRS, as that will open. Twiglet goes to the inside, then moves back to the racing line. That's his allotted movements. He's not allowed to move again until they reach the corner. Oh, Lycorius misses the braking, but luckily enough reacted quickly enough to not hit Twiglet. So well done, Lycorius, for the quick reactions so as not to hit him. It's not easy to do that, guys. We've all had to do that at some point when playing this game, but it's not easy. It's just a reaction. If you don't get that reaction right first time, it's curtains. And when you've made a mistake like that, you don't care if your race gets ruined. It's the other guy's race. You hate yourself for ruining somebody else's race in that sort of situation. Here's the top three then. Still in this... sorry, no, not still in the same order. Longest has gotten ahead of Gunnar. Apologies that we missed that, but... we were watching elsewhere at the time. But obviously this isn't any good for Bowden. He's going to have to try and think of a way. There's something he could do around pit stops. Could he potentially try and undercut his way into a lead? Out of the three drivers, in all fairness, out of the three, Bowden does seem to be the quickest of the three. But... they're all very similar, of course, but would he be able to, if he undercutted to get a lead in a race, would he then be able to hold that lead with the worst tyres? That's the thing. He may even still need to grow that lead slightly, let alone hold it. So Gaza and Sniper Monkey are battling away side by side. This is on board with Gaza. Going to the long, fast, flat out, in fact, right-handers. I think they'll be lifting at this point of the race. I don't think you have to lift in the dry this year. And those right-handers. Amazingly, now Gunnar is retaking the lead, Bowden up into P2, Longest drops to 3. Here is an attempt again from Sniper Monkeys. As he goes through at turn 1, closes the door on the exit as well, just to consolidate the move. It was fully ahead at that point, so Sniper Monkeys into P6, goes around 7. Quick check. Once again, nobody on track at the moment with any damage or anything like that, so all drivers are clear of damage. So, Gunnar just showing tiny little signs that you might be able to start getting away from these guys. Now, it's very, very difficult because, of course, every time he pulls out to like 8 or 9 tenths, they hit a DRS zone and they just close it straight back up again. So, it's obviously very difficult, but and that would be a massive boon. If he could pull out over a second and sustain that, that would be a massive... because at that point, he may then be able to react to the others for the pit stops rather than having to sort of go with what he planned. In terms of pit stops, guys, I'm expecting the medium guys in any moment, really. 12 laps, I think, would be what the game was would have been saying to them. They may choose to go 13. But yeah, pretty much, it's any time now for the medium drivers. The hard drivers, you would think, would be going to around about lap 15, possibly 16. So, Chris going on quite nicely at the moment. P4 having quite a quiet race, although Whale has caught onto the back of him. So potential for a battle to develop there. They've got Sniper Monkeys right after them now as well, after he's gotten past Gaza. So obviously Sniper Monkeys, with that ability to look after his tyres that little bit better than everybody else, and not everybody else actually. Chris is on the same percent, funny enough. So there goes Whale through at the end of the straight. Is he going to be able to hold this position? Chris is going to try and hang the car around the outside. Sometimes, if you can stay sort of halfway alongside, you get the inside to this corner. And Well's going to try to switch back. Going to be alongside today through the right-handers. No, I think Well's going to fall in behind. But nice driving from the pair. To the final corner, and Whale may get an opportunity. Neither of them, in all fairness, get a particularly good exit there. Both a little bit iffy on the getting on the power, but Whale is going to get the opportunity into turn 1. Chris is going to look to try and defend it. If I was Chris, I wouldn't really bother. I'd just take the DRS on the long straight. And guys, I don't know if you can see it on your screen, but it is raining. It is raining. That gives us a better view. You can barely see it, but it is raining. Well, that explains... I was wondering why none of the medium starters had actually pitted. That explains why. It's because they're hanging out for the rain. They're waiting. They're trying to wait it out. But as you can see, with the way that Vlungus has dropped off the other front two, the mediums are struggling. There's no doubt about that. The mediums are really struggling now. So they need this rain to really sort of... Well, they need it to be quick. You know, the longer it takes to actually get wet enough for inters, the worse it is for them. Biden trying to get past Gunnar. Gonna make it as hard as possible for him. Ultimately, Biden does get through, but of course he does have that 3-second penalty, so ultimately Gunnar doesn't need to get back past him. It's the sort of situation, if I'm Gunnar, I'd actually love to be in, because he can sit behind, just save his energy. He doesn't need to use his energy. Just use the DRS to keep cruising up to the back of Biden's gearbox. Only use a bit of energy if you absolutely need to, if he's starting to look like he's disappearing a bit. But now this has changed then. I wasn't told. Nobody told me that it was going to rain, which is good. I like it to be a bit of surprise. Sniper Monkey Supremacy. He's doing well at the moment. He's up to P6. I forget where he started. I think it was P9 actually. Yeah, it was P9. So he's up 3 places. He's doing well. So he's showing very well. Well, with a couple of other drives, but he's doing very well on the old tyre wear front. Which in these conditions could well aid him a little bit, you know. So I'm just going to move down a little bit to Chris here. Chris and Wells still battling away, but Sniper Monkey is right there in the McLaren behind. A lot of this is going to come down to who pits at the right time. So, well, X11 at the back is... He's down at the back at the moment, but he's changed to the intermediates already. I think that's a bit optimistic. See, it's not really, it still looks dry pretty much, doesn't it? So I think we're going to see any sudden movements to the pits at this point. Any of these guys. I'll keep an eye on the gap from X11 to the car in front of him. It's a 19-second gap at the moment. So take a look back. It does look like it's steadily increasing, but it doesn't look like he's losing loads of time either though, so... Well, in fact, he's actually just gained a little bit back. Do you know what? Gaza might have timed this perfectly. Gaza might have timed this perfectly, guys. X11 is taking chunks out of Chip Van. I mean, Chip Van is on 9-lap-old soft tyres, so they're not going to be the best tyres. But he's tearing chunks out of him. This is the right time. These guys have got it right. Gaza, Bartas have timed this perfectly in my eyes. Keeping on a Gaza gap to Monsters. It doesn't, like, visibly, it doesn't look that, like, wet enough. And in all fairness, Gaza does look like he's struggling a little bit through those corners, but he's still making time up on the car ahead, so it's time. There's no doubt about it. It's the right time. I don't think by staying out this one extra lap these guys wouldn't have really lost much, but at this point the Inters are the quickest tyre. But that's going to be the sign for Gunnar. He knows now, after that tiny little moment he's just had there. If he comes in... Oh, he's got to come in! Oh, I'm shocked. Volungius is in. Be a big moment for Volungius, that. Chris stays out. Wales stays out. Sniper Monkey stays out. Corey stays out. Craig is in. Has not made up much time since we last looked, but well, it's about 2 tenths he's made up since the last time we looked, so it's barely anything. Thing is, all it takes, these guys in my eyes are on the right tyre, because at the very least, they're the same pace as the Slicks, and I think they're a little bit quicker, but the Inters, but at the very least they're the same pace. And so if this track suddenly gets wet, well, the guys ahead are like half a lap, you know, only halfway around the lap to the pits. They gain a huge advantage. Guys, going through sector 1, look, going through sector 1, he's just taking 8 tenths, well, 3/4 of a second out of Monsters. Now, should say that Monsters is on 15-lap old hard tyres, so they wouldn't be in the best condition for changeable conditions in all fairness. So anyway, we are coming around to the pits again. Let's take a look at the leaders. Surely he can't go past again. He is going past again. I can't believe that neither of them pitted again. Gaz has taken another half a second out of Monsters. So that's 1¼ seconds on this lap at the moment. More than that, 1.5 seconds now. Sniper Monkey is in. 2 seconds. 2 seconds this lap. Gaz has taken out of Monsters. I'm just going to be honest, Schooner, I think you missed a trick. When Bowden didn't pit there. Here's a good moment. So Monsters stayed out, Sniper Monkey pitted to the inters and is back out on track. So this is quite literally hards against inters. So we got a spinner, I think that's X11. It is indeed, as he recovers. And there's a lap down now. Sorry, who were we watching? Here we are. Well, that tells the story, doesn't it? So they were basically a second apart, and now 2 seconds apart. And Gaz is just absolutely flying past. This track was ready for inters 2 laps ago, guys. I can't believe the top 5 and Monsters are still out. Chip Van retires in the pit, and I think that's because it put mediums on his car instead of inters. I think he went, that's enough. Right, in they come. And, well, Bowden hasn't. Bowden has stayed out another lap, and this is a mistake. What a mistake of the maker. To be fair, they've all made mistakes because they're 2 laps late coming in. Has anybody taken advantage of that? There's Gunnar of the longest. Sniper Monkey has. He's up to P4. He's got the jump on Chris and Whale by pitting earlier. So Sniper Monkey is the big gainer out of that. The longest P3, so he didn't manage to jump back ahead of Gunnar or Bowden. To be fair, he had dropped quite a way behind them, to the fact that he's actually back in contention. And in all fairness, I say he hadn't jumped ahead of Bowden. Bowden's still out on slicks, so he may well jump ahead of Bowden in all fairness. He's having to take it. I'm sure in the cockpit, and it's, you know, driving, I'm sure it probably does feel okay to him. I think it doesn't feel that bad. I don't know whether we're pitting, but time-wise, I'm afraid it's costing him a lot of time. It's not what he wanted, because obviously he's got that 3-second penalty. The last thing he wanted was to lose time in this manner. Here is Gunnar. Yeah, right, Bowden's just gone stationary now. He's now moving again. Bowden is on your left now. There he is. So is he going to get ahead of Lungus? He's going to stay ahead of Lungus. Tell you what, it's not so bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, in all fairness. I thought he was going to lose a lot more than he was. A couple of seconds up the road from Gunnar mine, so he has lost. In all fairness, he has lost about 3 seconds roughly. Just over. Anyway, here is Sniper Monkey, who having got up to P4 is now on the back of Volungus, and he has that 1 lap fresher intermediate tyre, which could prove to be about a good 4 or 5% actually in terms of tyre wear, probably closer to 4%, but intermediates do wear pretty quickly in this game. So, in fact, can I tell you? Well, Sniper goes past in a way, and Well goes past. DRS is still active. I didn't realise that. Amazingly, DRS is still active, guys. So, Lungis, can you believe he's just dropped from P3 to P6 because DRS was active on the straight still, which is ridiculous. That's harsh. Anyway, sorry, I was trying to look at the tyre wear. So, Sniper Monkey 21%. And typically I can't see the other drivers, so... Well, I'll tell you what, Sniper Monkey's about to complete his third lap, and he's on 22%. Chris is on 13%. 7% a lap, guys. One lap on intermediates is 7% on the tyre. Pretty significant. So maybe that's why Bowden did it. Maybe. DRS then finally disabled by race control. So, Bartas is it. Why is Bartas in? Not showing up as having any damage. His inters are on 39% after 5 laps. He must have come in a little too early and heated them up while it was still too dry. But onto fresh inters he goes. Interesting. What's that then? What were we watching? Oh, that was Bowden getting past Gunnar for the lead of this race. That's never the question, really. The question is can he pull out 3 seconds to actually win the race? He's flying Bowden, isn't he? So let's see if we can find Joe Battle, guys. Got a bit of a freeway going on here between Sniper Monkey, Chris and Whale. Whale runs wide. Corey picks up 3 seconds, unlike Corey. Let's do that. Just struggling a little bit. Just a bit wide. Longest, by the way. On the 5 lap. 1 lap older than other drivers. He's on 42%. So Gazza must be around 50%. He must be looking at these inters thinking, can I even get to the end on these? The answer to that question may genuinely be no. Oh, that Sniper Monkey getting out of shape. Ahead of us, it looks like he's recovered it in time not to lose out to Whale. We've got yellow flags. It's Alpha and Male, I think that is X11. Well, it is X11. And the important thing that came up on your screen there, guys, Gunnar has picked up a 3-second penalty, so that eliminates the penalty problem for Bowden. I've never seen tyre wear like this. This is horrendous. So, Sniper Monkey is on 34%. Unfortunately, I don't know what Whale is on. Oh! Whale missed his break in there. Had to go to the inside to avoid Sniper Monkey, allows him back through. And now we'll get back after and see if we can have a go down at the end of the straight. Look how powerful the toe is. Of course, the problem with trying to make an overtake based on slipstream is once you move out of the slipstream, the pace disappears. But Sniper Monkey this time ran wide. There's a little bit of a slide. So keeps it okay. I would love to know what Gaz's tyres are on right now. It must be horrendous. I was saying that he pitted at the right time. I thought he had pitted at the right time, in all fairness to him. It's turning out the tyre wear on these intermediates is just ridiculous. Here's Corey then with Gaz up. Have a quick look at the position changes. Who's in line for driver of the day? Well, Gaza, Craig and Swiglet are the only ones who can potentially pick up the Streamers driver of the day, as they're the only 3 drivers who are penalty free. So getting towards the end, let's have a look then at the penalties. Now Valungus is on 5 seconds. In the top 5 on 3 seconds. Guys are penalty free. 3 seconds for Corey. We're on board with. Oh, Gaza gets a little out of shape. It's going to allow Corey chance to come around the outside. I think he had a little touch of wheels there, but nothing to write home about at all. This is just tyre wear for Gaza. There's just nothing he can do. So Valungus now, who is a lap younger than Gaza's tyres, 51% Valungus is on. In fact, if you look at the tyres, X11 has completed 8 laps, he's on 66%. And I think that's him having another moment there. So he has had a few 2 or 3 spins actually on these tyres, but so that won't have helped them. But still, 68% after 8 and a bit laps. Bowden cruising to victory now, and in all fairness, Guggenheim at the moment cruising to a 2nd place. And the same can be said for Chris for 3rd place as well, to be fair. The podium guys looking strong. Well, as well, seems to have shaken the danger from Sniper Monkey. But it does look like every lap on these intermediates counted, and those guys that waited till the very last second to pit are the guys that got it right. And I mean, if I was in this race, I'd have got it completely wrong. I have to admit, I'd have been way too early. Longest, I think, there, picking up another 3 seconds. Fortunately for us guys, the gaps around through the field have really stretched out, so really not a lot we can watch at the moment, really. There is battles going on because of the penalties. So like Corey and Gaza, the gap is 2 seconds, but Corey's got a 3-second penalty, so that is actually a genuine battle at the moment. Swiglet here, of course, did so well in the sprint. Alright in the race as well. If I remember, he had a little moment early in the race, didn't he, on the long right-handers, so he's doing okay. He's on the back of Checo here, who's got 6 seconds. The next driver up the road is Monsters, and he's got 6 seconds, but he's 18 seconds up the road. The tyre difference here. This is, I know they're on the same age tyres, but that same age unfortunately is 42%. Lungis now on 56%. On my app, that is red tyre. That is red. you know, red alert sort of thing on the tyre. So that's telling you that they are very worn. They've lost a load of pace. They're not quite in the territory yet. Anything over 70% is potentially at risk of the tyre blowing up. But ooh, sorry, something's happened. Sniper Monkey is round and is dropping places. He's down to P8. That is Craig behind, just going around the corners. But he's had a moment. Sniper and spun it. So down to P8, he's gone. Penalty's back up. So Whale has jumped up to 6 seconds. The longest has jumped up to 8. As Craig gets past Sniper Monkey somewhere. I think Sniper Monkey might be in the pits. He is indeed into the pit lane. Yeah, he's got front wing damage, so he's going to get a new front wing. So there we have it. On that goes. And it's a set of wets, full wets. He's gone to. It is raining heavy, isn't it? Very heavy. See, the guys that are actually out there on intermediates, they will go to the end of the race, even if it is full wet weather. They still won't pit. It's too close to the end of the race now. Ooh. Ooh, Twiglet is in. Sure what he was doing then, but in he comes. Why is this then? Oh, he's got rear wing damage, Twiglet. He's going to full wets, but again, it won't work. Let's just bring the tyres back up off the penalties then. So keep an eye on Sniper Monkey's time. Say to make it work, he's got to gain over 8 seconds a lap. So it was a bit different for him because he had front wing damage, but Twiglet would have to make up 15 seconds a lap. Not quite actually, because the cars ahead of him got penalties, but there we go. Just trying to work out a moment actually. In terms of penalties, so the longest would drop back behind Gaza. Corey would stay ahead of Gaza as it stands. He's only 3 tenths in that though, and Whale would stay where he is actually. So that's pretty comfortable for the top 3. In all fairness to Bowden, you've got to give it to him. His pace on the intermediates has been nothing short of remarkable, so you've got to say fair play to that. So he has a look. A massive requirement for him to make this move. And there he goes again. Said before, the problem is as soon as you come out of that slipstream, the speeds level up again. Look, so much different, isn't it, in the wet as opposed to what it wasn't like in the dry earlier. So the longest holding them off. I mean, they're certainly they're in a bit of fun, aren't they? Towards the end, why not? Why on earth wouldn't you? all here for at the end of the day. As I think Twiglet's had a little moment. He's off track. Spins around again. Woohoo! It's aquaplaning across the grass. Doesn't want to rejoin and upset anyone. Got a couple of cars coming around. Little gap after the Haas. Should be fine. Oh, he's going to wait. Fair enough. Anyway, let's go to... back to Volungus and Corey, actually. Because some last lap entertainment between these two. Although I'm sure at some point, surely Corey will just say, no, I'll just settle for this now. Or maybe not. Maybe he might even try and make a move through the S's of Sector 1. What are you doing, Corey? So, the yellow flag is the car, well, it's Twiglet that we saw recovering to track. So, there we go. Bowden is into Sector 3, so let's move to the Ferrari man. As he comes home for, in the end, a euphoric victory in Austin, in Texas. 2 corners to go. Here's the one of them. And into the final corner then. The line just shortly after that. And you can see the checker flag waving to the inside. And crosses the line for victory at Austin, Texas for Bowden. Gunnar will come across in a very hard-fought P2. Chris just behind him for P3. Brilliant drive from those three. Whale doing very well on his reserve drive this evening, P4. Isn't going to lose anything due to penalties for Lungus Wheel. Corey actually picks up an extra 3 seconds, look. He's up to 6. They did battle right the way to the end. As I said, why not? Having a bit of fun. Although that's going to jump Gaza both places, isn't it? He does. He gets both of them because of that. So after all that battling, Corey loses himself a position, but he had fun doing it. So Gaz up to 5th then, and is my driver of the day. Corey P6, Volungus P7, Craig P8, Monsters P9, Lycorius has already crossed in P13, Swiglet 14, Sniper Monkey P10, Checo will come across P11. Oh, don't make any mistakes, Checo. You got Bartas could potentially get you if he's error free. There's Checo. Can Bartas get him on the line? No. Checo holds on to P11. Bartas P12. And X11 just coming through the final sector for the final position, which will be P15. Twiglet DNF'd, but completed more laps of the race. So we'll stay classified as P14. X11 actually doesn't have a front wing there, so he's going to come straight into cross the line into the pits. Not a race to remember for X11 this evening, but fair play to him for finishing X11. So well done, buddy. But there we go, guys. This HRF1 at Austin, Texas, and wow. What a race. He just drove through the pit. Why didn't he stop in his garage? He just drove through the pits and back out to the track again. What a silly AI driver that was. Obviously, X11 didn't have any control at that point. So, anyway, there are the... It's the champagne. Bowden's not allowed any. He uses fizzy lemonade. He's not allowed champagne. Too young. The fizzy lemonade for him. Plenty of champagne for Gunnar and Chris. And the constructors as well. There you go then. There is... Well, actually, that's not... That is... So that's the... This is the sprint result. Just go down to the bottom and back up again there. This is the race result. There are the penalties as well. There you go. Down to the bottom, let's go back up to the top again. Fastest lap of the race, by the way, was Chip Vans, but he retired. So one of the admins worked that out. I think Bowden 38.156. So out of the guys that did finish the race, Bowden had the fastest lap with 1 minute 38.156. So there you go. That's that sorted. Let's go to the race director if it lets me. It does. Scroll through the incidents for the stewards just in case. A lot of them this evening. The vast majority of it, 90 odd, like 98% of that is like just corner cut in or exceeding track limits or something like that. Pretty much. There we go, guys. Let's get the top three in then. We'll have a quick chat to them. Baden. Gunnar. And Chris. Oh, I think I might need to include my audio on the stream before I join. Party audio, there we go. Here's the winner. Go. Okay. Hello, Bowden. Make sure you tick the box to include your audio, buddy. And I was just waiting for the other two. Oh, Gunnar can't make. Okay, Gunnar can't come in. Okay. And Chris is chatting in. Alright, let me try Chris again. Just invite Whale then. Seems Gunnar can't come in, may as well, aren't I? I can hear you, just about. Now, it's starting to look like it might just be us then. Oh well. Oh, excellent. Okay. Right. Okay. It looks like it's just us, unfortunately. Gunnar has said that he can't come in. He's got to go out quickly. So he can't come in, but Chris for some reason isn't joining. So, okay. Well, what can I say? I mean, sort of a race of two halves, I guess. First half, obviously, the slick tyres, all very close, all very tight, all very close. You came through very nicely in the sprint as well, along with a few others. So that all went pretty swimmingly. And then, obviously, first half of the race very tight, and then a completely different second half of the race. So, yeah, just take us through it, Bowden.
Good race. Good track. It's fun sometimes. But the sprint is pretty fun. You know, just trying to work your way through.
Yeah.
I would have most definitely have liked P1 in the sprint, as I could have done a lot more in the race, but you know, can't have everything. And then
Well,
yeah, during the
yeah.
race,
I was just gonna say, by the way, I think you got the fastest lap as well because the
in the
person who
sprint,
actually got no, in the main race. So the person who got the fastest lap retired. So that was Chip Van. So
yeah.
I think you were the next fastest. So
Do I get a point
unless
for that then?
I think so. I think so.
Okay.
I think
So
it's got to be awarded. So I think
yeah.
I assume it would go to the next person.
But the hard tires felt horrible first stage, and then it started coming, and I didn't even realize it was gonna rain. So I was thinking doing a hard to soft. I was thinking doing soft medium or medium soft,
Yeah.
but decided to go on the hards. And then when the rain came, I just had the pace, you know, I had the pace on the dry tires in the wets and the wet tire in the wet as well. And then just built the gap, try to make sure I could keep on track and didn't crash. But yeah, it was a good race, fun. I think that puts
Yeah.
me in P2 in the championship now. So hopefully,
Nice.
I can have a few good more races, and the last three races could probably
Yeah.
win.
Well, we
It,
need yeah, you've got to make sure that gap is below 50 points going into the final race. It's a double points race, the final one. So as
yeah,
long as it's below 50 points, the championship's theoretically the championship's still on that way. Um, but
okay,
hopefully it'll be a bit closer to make it a bit more interesting. But we'll see.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, all in all, as I say, came through well in the sprint, as did quite a few of you actually. To be
Mm.
fair, and yeah, and then race of 2 hours, but. Yeah, certainly on the intermediates, you definitely had the pace. I'm sure there would have been a point where Guna probably thought, "I know he's got too much for me," so he's probably backed off a little bit to be a bit safer and not spinning that. But
Mm.
yeah, ultimately pace very solid um, in those conditions, and you were running no assists, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, apart from the
No,
racing line.
apart from
So
racing line.
yeah,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
corners.
that's
So
yeah,
pretty much no assists.
yeah. Yeah, that's what it was showing on my app. So that's
Mm.
cool. Yeah, well done. Really good victory. Not a lot more to say about it really. It was really good points.
Oh,
And as you said, it's good for the championship. So well done. Congratulations.
thank
Um,
you.
just trying to remember off the top of my head where we are next week. Um,
Japan,
it is Japan, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. It's
and is
Japan,
one of my
Jeddah,
favorite
and
races.
Abu Dhabi. So
Yes.
yeah, yeah. So Japan, one of your favourites.
Yep.
Excellent. Yeah,
I can always show up there, no matter
yeah.
what.
It's not one of my best races, but it's one of my favourite races. I love the track so much.
Especially to watch.
It's super. I will be looking forward to comms there. That's just like it was for tonight as well. It's always a good race. So yeah,
Are
I'll
we
definitely be
are
looking
we
forward to
racing next
comms.
week?
Yes,
Surely
we are.
not. We are. What about the
I've never known HRF1 to not race because of race in real life. So
yeah, but
um,
the race in real life starts at 8.
I don't watch Formula One, so I really don't care. But
Oh,
you know, um,
yeah.
not anymore anyway. I used to, but don't anymore. Um, yeah, I don't know. Obviously, keep an eye out on the Discord. Guys that are watching on stream, obviously, I'll let you guys know probably on the Friday race that I do next week as to what's happening for the Sunday. But yeah, just keep an eye on the Discord, buddy, and that's the same for any other drivers that are still out there listening. Just keep an eye on the Discord,
Yeah, same with
and
Mexico. It starts at 8 as well.
yeah, obviously Gunnar and Lance and that will let you all know once they've made a decision on it. So, all right then, I think that's about it. So, right, well, thank you to everybody that's watched along with me and kept me entertained. I see Papa. I don't know if you are still there, but yeah, thank you very much to you for joining tonight, and always a pleasure to hear from you. Other than that, guys, good night. God bless. See you on Tuesday for WAOF1. And don't forget tomorrow night's stream. I don't know who's streaming tomorrow night. You doing it again, Brad? Or
No, I'm not.
you're not? No, I
No.
think Steve's back. I'm not sure, but yeah. Anyway, don't forget tomorrow night's race. We will see you for that one at Bahrain. I think we're at. So there we go. Good night. God bless. See you soon, guys.